Hi, I'm Mike Judson. I'm principal here at Kensington and Chelsea College, that's KCC. I've been a principal for 11 years now. I certainly never intended to be one. What took me into the whole area was a desire to teach, and I didn't make that happen until I was 28. But I can honestly say when I came into further education, it was the furthest thing from my mind that I'd ever wind up as a principal. I was the first in my family to go to university, so it was quite a leap. When I left, I did, in those days, the obligatory, I think it says on the CV, 2 years various manual work. That involved things like working for Yamaha motorbikes, loading fertilizer for ICI, driving vans. A lot of us did that. Then after that, I worked in local government. Then I shifted into industrial arbitration. And then I moved into the overseas division of the Department of Employment. It was supposed to be a great career, and I got totally disheartened and bored with it and decided to make the big jump into education and teaching. Particular turning point was when I had to carry out an analysis of a very good report by a third world economist, essentially, and rip it to shreds to brief a government minister so that they could explain why we weren't going to pay for it. And I think I just got fed up with doing things that I didn't believe in. And I figured if I got out there, committed myself in some ways to teaching, I could at least, hopefully, inspire or change or get people to think a little bit in their lives. And at 28, left my first mortgage, my first wife, actually, as it happens, and just went and trained full-time to be a further education teacher. During the period I've been teaching, there have been some great moments, and perhaps the greatest moment is, for any teacher, is when an ex-student comes up to you and says, or a student says, you were great. And you think, it's not me, it's you. You've put the work in, you've achieved it. But any teacher who tells you they don't get a buzz from that is a liar. Yes, when my father died, I say I was 24. It was a turning point for me. I was halfway through an MA thesis on, effectively, Lawrence of Arabia. And suddenly, there I was with, £70 overdraft. My father had gone, responsibility for my mother, pile of debts. And I think that probably meant that was straight into work. That was like growing up overnight. I'd had some choices up till then. But that was kind of get stuck in and provide. And what interests me is that almost archetypal reaction just took me into any job my qualifications would get me. Now that's difficult. What motivates me? Well, I think it's probably still the discovery of what's new, still learning, still changing, and helping institutions and people to change as well. And helping people to make those moves, the shifts, for the good of their students, for the good of their learners, without huge strains in their lives. I guess that's what I do. What do I see in my future? Well, not what everyone else sees, because I don't do retirement. I'm not the least bit interested in retirement, and so far I've been very fortunate with my health, which I think is the great determinant. So I want to do more of what I do now. Immediately, I want to be involved in, I hope, landing the next OLS contract for the college. That's the prison service contract. And that involves delivering training and education in prisons. We started with 4, and we've just added another 2. And then I want to be involved in shaping that curriculum within prisons and within the college. So I've got plenty to do in my present job. I don't see another job beckoning. I'm really motivated by doing a bit more of what I do now with a very good team of people around me, which is what I got.